Ladies and gentlemen, I'm officially knitting a script in full size. Have you ever wanted elf ears that actually match your whimsical outfit? Today I'm showing you how to take costume elf ears and turning them into fantasy, whimsical, perfect ones for your cosplays, LARP sessions, D&D sessions, whatever you want to take them to. Honestly, I'll take them anywhere. Greetings, traveler. My name is Mimi. I'm the creator, fashion designer, writer, and today accessories maker for the Tales of Sylvanis. I've seen many adventurers struggling to customize those Amazon very cheap elf ears, because let's be honest, they don't match almost any skin tones. So today I'm sharing my method for making them magical. So our 4 chosen designs are going to be a very simple one to begin with, so we can learn how to match more with your skin tone or your character's tone, you know, for little elves, for little humans, maybe gnomes. Dwarves have different ears. Wait, humans have normal ears. Wait, but the simple one is going to be mostly for makeup. We're not going to be using anything else. Then, in the same kind of vibe, we're going to be doing some pierced ones, which you can see I'm rocking. This might be one of my favorite and my newest addiction. For the first one, I doubted this a lot. I could have done orcs. I could have done trolls. I decided to do mermaids, but it can also be used for orcs, trolls, taurens. Wait, those are fluffy. Whatever fantasy colored ears you may find. This is getting hard. And the last one, and my favorite that I found on Pinterest, and the reason why I'm doing this, mushroom ears. Because who wouldn't want to look like they just stepped out of a mossy glade? Just keep in mind, one of these models is gonna be done with makeup, right? So that one is gonna be a little bit more temporary than the rest, which is great if your character is growing or adapting. You just like to paint your ears every week, it's alright. But the rest are a little bit more permanent, I would say. As far as touching them, doesn't rub off on your hands, on your skin, so it's thumbs up for me. Before we dive into it, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, LARP, fantasy content, cosplay, maybe you should consider subscribing. Only 16% of my viewers are actually subscribed. I hope the rest find their way back. Okay, let's get started. To begin with, let's start with our list of materials. This is everything you'll need for the 4 types of ears. These are Revolution eyeshadows, but I'll be using them as the blush. Some makeup brushes to apply the makeup products. This is my foundation of choice for today, but you can use whatever matches your skin tone. And then the Friends Makeup Revolution contour palette, and the setting spray also by Revolution. This is the acrylic varnish that I found that works honestly the best to seal our projects. And the Zero acrylic paint, my best friend. These were my chosen paints, and the soy sauce trays to use as paint trays, and a little sponge, as well as makeup sponges. I also use a lighter and a needle, some jump rings, and the pliers to apply the jump rings. You might also want some shine, and this is my charm collection. Judge me, you may. Let's get started on the first one. These are the ears that I usually use for my character Dawara. I'm just applying some foundation with a normal foundation brush. This step I usually just brush and then tap a little bit. Try to not do a thick coat though. Then with some of the contour, I try to contour the more obvious creases just to make them stand out. You can also use some highlighter, but honestly I didn't think I needed. Then let's get started with some blush. Honestly, this one was too sparkly for me, but if you like the look, go for it. Otherwise, I'll just suggest a normal blush or, you know, some pink eyeshadow. Which stains, so it might help a little bit to make these a little bit more durable. Now it's time to use our dandy setting spray and just leaving them to dry. This was the best solution I thought of. Now let's get started on the pierced ones. I did contour them a little bit, but can you already notice what's wrong? I'll give you a few seconds. No, not yet. Well, I kind of messed up, and I realized on this step, and I had to redo an entire year. So yeah, let's shade the second one. Now, I had to re-record this, so yes, they are finished on this clip, and I had to wait for the needle to cool off, but you need it kind of warm to be able to pierce. But basically, you just pierce it through. But you should honestly heat up the needle at least a little bit warm, otherwise the hole will not stay and will not be able to add the jump ring on it. Now I picked my charm, and yeah, see how easy it is to put it through? Just like a normal earring. You can add studs, you can add normal earrings. I just wanted to use what I had in hand. This is the final result of this one. For this one, I decided I wanted some shine. I was clearly struggling over here, but let's not pay attention to that. I ended up changing the cross charm for it to be hanging from the chain instead, and I think I like the look better. Now let's set it. For this one I already used the acrylic one, and the same technique to dry them. Time for the mermaid slash water dry it. Now I suggest applying very light layers with a sponge. A brush should be too striky, but I highly suggest tapping it instead of swiping it, if that makes much sense. The finish is much better, and yeah, you have more control. Oh, you were wondering what the sponge was for? Have you ever done this in preschool? Or like, oh my god, this was my favorite thing to like paint waves and stuff. This bottle and I were not being friends until I realized I was just being impatient. I also keep this tray for the mushroom ones. Tap, 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 tap. See? Almost any paint on the sponge. You don't need much. Just do it lightly. Don't be like me. Now I have a smudge there, but it's alright. Let's go to the mushroom ones now. Which, to paint the base, you're basically gonna do the same technique. I had tried this paint, which is one from Pebeo, which is usually considered a cheap paint here, but I think it has like a satin cover, and it doesn't apply as well to the silicone. Some paint will not work as well, but this was my second try with the same as the blue one, and it just worked a lot better, basically. The original post that I saw that inspired me to do these ears did have a gradient effect, but I liked mine to be a little bit fuller, and also I usually cover the bottom with my wig hair, so it really didn't matter for me. And yeah, I just dot the little balls with the back of a brush. I tried to make more on the top and less on the bottom, you know. And now I just sealed these, and you should also seal the blue ones. My phone just didn't record that part. Thank you so much for crafting with me today, Traveler. I hope your ears are as magical as the stories they'll all be part of. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you'd be, you know, maybe into more fantasy creations and tutorials and getting to know my characters. They're fun, I promise. Consider subscribing or just leave a few words of approval in the comments down below. Also, if you like to know more about the Tales of Sylvanis, all of my links are down below in the description. That does include my Patreon. It's a little secret between you and I, but there's a free tier where you can just basically stay updated and receive notifications. And I heard sometimes they send codes for cheaper subscriptions. I'm just saying. There's also in the depths of my description a link that's actually an invite to my Discord server where we reunite our lovely community there. That's where to go when you want to know when I'm live on Twitch and when I upload a YouTube video, you know, on those so not rare occasions that I forgot to share it everywhere else. Until next time, may your glue stay hot, may your paint stay true, and may your imagination guide you well. Farewell, my friend. See you in the next adventure.